But considering kind of value and what's at the top of the board, if they don't have, that confidence in Davis at the top there, I'll go with Mazi Smith from Michigan. I feel like big body, really strong defensive tackle, experience of Michigan. They had one of the better defensive units in the game last year. I feel like they were number 2 overall, but just like your traditional nose tackle. I feel like he's, got enough name cachet too from, just going back through and reviewing some of the better defenders in the game last year. And, with that kind of experience, even at the college level, I feel like that would fit in pretty well with probably what the Eagles want out of a pick here. I mean, I know Bijan Robinson or other running backs were also being considered here too, just with the fact that, Miles Sanders is now gone. And I don't know, maybe Boston Scott and I'm trying to think of their other
like Gainwell, and then I think they signed somebody else too, right? So
so it's just kind of like, I'm trying to think of like, would a Jahmyr Gibbs play at this point? Like maybe, but we just traditionally, in recent years haven't seen too many running backs go off the board in the first round. So I'll stick with Smith here, add some padding to the defensive line and kind of keep the Eagles hopefully where they were at, last year, and kind of moving forward, just continue to build on that strength that made him a Super Bowl contender last year.
Yeah. And I think, the Eagles coming into this draft, I think are set up pretty well, right? Strong in pretty much all the important positions. So, do they go running? I think we're asking the questions that their draft room probably is asking. And honestly, this is why I felt excited about JSN to the Eagles, like as a football fan. Yeah, sad to see him go to another team that, obviously as a Bears fan, I'd love to get both Paris Johnson and JSN. But if I'm going to pick between one or, either one of them, the smart Wayne, I guess, wants to go with Paris Johnson. So JSN, though, that's where I get excited. I think it could make sense for them. He can play out of the slot, so isn't going to take too much away from Brown and Smith there. So that's where I feel like, taking him, and then you can add offensive line talent and defensive line talent in the later rounds. There's a lot of depth, I think, in both of those positions, and taking the number 1 wide receiver in this draft, to build up, for the next couple of years. Rookie friendly contract. I think that would be great for them. So, cool. And then I guess this is our last pick in the first round here. So, man, you got the defending Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs. They could definitely show up, I think, on their defensive side. Frank Clark is departed from free agency. I know that they did add in, Charles Omenihu. But at the same time, I feel like they can do a little bit more there. And for me, it's like, hey, why not take someone that's a little bit close by from Iowa State? I see them taking a player, Will McDonald.